Part two, I guess. And as I said, I bought a second Forgotten Farmer. I bought our store display one after when we donated our money to the Spirit Children. I quickly grabbed the display one and then bought that one because the wind broke the poles on the one that we had, so is only connected to one pole, so it was really short. And the stand of that scarecrow that I bought from Big Lots this year, all four sides are snapped off. And since I bought that store display Forgotten Farm, only the eyes moved on it and lit up. It didn't talk anymore. The mouth didn't move, of course. And I just bought it for the poles in the stand, so now I can use the stand for the scarecrow and the poles for the one that broke. But the Forgotten Farmer that I bought, the eyes don't really move. The weird thing is the store display Forgotten Farmer that at our store, his eyes move so fast, but most move so slow. So it might be just the adapter. But yeah, and like I said, I got the wild. As you've seen, I've got the Wild Witch back. I've got the Toxic Zombie for next year. The Techie Toy Skull Spearhead. I haven't even tested that one yet. I'm hoping to get a lot more old ones. Deadlift Zombie, Resurrection Mary, both Demonicas, maybe a new Damien, maybe a new Howler. I don't know about the Howler. I'm still okay with the one I have because everything works besides the head tilting. I want to get. I might, if Spirit Halloween does a big online sale this year, I'm probably going to get a new Deadly Roots. It pisses me off that the gears in the mouth broke right after I fixed the wires and glued his mouth back on. And he doesn't really reset very well anymore, so I think his motor might be going. I don't know. I just want to have one for backup. I want to get the 2017 Limb Ripper. My oh, here we go. Sorry, my computer's locking up. Um, my limb ripper stopped moving, but the motor still spins and screeches. It needs oil, but like I think the belt got broken or the gear a gear split. The clothes kept, the part that turns the limb ripper. His clothes kept getting wrapped in there where it turns, and so it obviously couldn't turn. I had to unwrap it 3 times. It was horrible. um, what else? Maybe well, Evil Cauldron Witch. I want a new one of that. I want a new Rising Reaper with pumpkin because the pumpkin for mine is missing, and even I just want one that lights because my pumpkin never lit up on mine. My second one, I mean, I've had two. My 2009 one was fine, but that's the one that base I'm using on my Evil Cauldron Witch. That's why it doesn't have her original sayings because that hers fried. And my 2010 one is the one I currently have, and it's snapped off the base, and the pumpkin doesn't light up. So I just want a new one of that. Same with Guardian of the Grave. Even though Lucas has one now, because we used Lucas's this year, and my Guardian of the Grave snapped on that part where it goes up and down, like at the very top, but his uncle glued that back together. I can't believe it worked. I want a new Exorcist because mine can't spin its head anymore. His uncle glued it back on, but I don't know. Its head is completely jammed and it can't turn. It just clicks, so it's not even usable anymore. But it was always fucked up. You know that I got it broken. Um, I don't really know. I don't think it's worth fixing the one I have. I know the mouth on mine is fried. I could fix the belt and the head turning, but I don't know. All four of the Rosemarys don't work. I mean, my 2014 one does not retract. It's stuck in the lunged position. The motor, I guess, died. I don't know why. It worked when we tested it at the storage unit, and then as soon as we got it to the yard, it didn't work. My 2011 one's head is snapped off. Like the levers are not snapped, but the part that holds the head on, it's snapped off. Both of my 2012 ones, which Lucas owns, don't work. I mean, the one doesn't lunge and barely moves its head. The other one doesn't turn its head at all and doesn't retract, but it does lunge. But they're all four of the feet that hold the base up are broken off, so whenever it lunges, it just falls over. So all four of the Rosemarys are really messed up, and the 2014 one's mouth doesn't even move. So yeah, they're all. I mean, I could go on and on of things I still want and things I need fixing and whatever. But I've stated it a million times before, and I think we all get tired of hearing it. I get annoyed of talking about it all the time. Either way, this year was really fun. It was getting pretty stressful at one point because we were running out of time, and we kind of did run out of time, and we were still working on it while we had people coming all day. So, but like I said, next year we're planning to be more ready. It even actually it even rained on Saturday morning. All the stuff was fine. I mean, like what was broken on them before was still broken. Like nothing changed. Like even though they were rained on, it they all still worked. But I'm just hoping that I can find that video camera soon and finally get that last part of the videos uploaded, and then I can finish all these Halloween videos. But I don't know when I'll be able to do that. But just know that there is another part coming up sometime. And like I said, Lucas got Lumine's Straw Man on the 50% off sale. Now we have two of them because I have one and he has one, and usually we combine them together. He got the 2018 Menacing Molly. It would be fun to do a comparison video because I'm telling you guys, this year's model is way smaller than last year's and built a bit different. Actually, my assistant manager at Spirit Halloween bought the 2018 Jack Skellington, and she I of course I wanted Jack 2018 Jack, but like they all sold. But like the one she got, she said she doesn't like it because it's really loud and there's no volume control, which I like it when they're loud. But and I told her that they're usually kind of quiet. Um, there was another lady that got a 2018 Jack, and the part that's welded to the base where the pole connects to was snapped off. It was brand new. It was never opened, and it was just all snapped off. She came right back and she was like, "What do we do?" I mean, we still had our 2017 store display left, the one with the broken mouth. And I said, "Well, that one's mouth is broken." And then she said, "Well, can we swap the bases?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's just swap the bases." And the manager was like, "We're not even supposed to do that, but I don't care." And then there was a guy that got our alien capsule from 2017, our store display one. There was no instructions in the box, and all the Velcros were off, so there was no way to put that thing together. And he came back that day, asked, and even though there was no more refunds or exchanges at that point, we just gave him his money back because that was I remember when I took that one down, but I didn't remember it being that bad. So I'm kind of glad he got his money back. And I just when I saw him buy that thing, I was like, oh, I was like, and it's a good thing he checked, because if he would have waited to check till next year, which is what a lot of people do, oh, that wouldn't have been good. Because that's what happens. At like some stores are putting out completely broken, damaged items and selling them for full price that were already returned. This, I like I said, I didn't remember how bad it actually was, and because if we have anything broken out on the floor, we have a discount on it and a sign or a note stating what's wrong with it so people know. But other stores I've seen on Facebook, they buy props and they get completely fucked over. They're completely broken and they won't allow an exchange or return or nothing. That doesn't happen at our store. We, like I said, if we know that something's broken, we discount it with a certain discount according to our charts, and have a note stating what's wrong with the item so that the buyers are aware of what the problems is, and then when they buy it, that way all sales are final. I mean, I would have felt so bad if he would have waited till next year and there was nothing he could have done about it because it was that bad. I mean, I should have checked it beforehand before he even bought it in the first place, because he probably thought we were trying to fuck him over, but we weren't. Like on it, here's how the animatronic chart works for discounts. If there's a part that's not working or not moving, it's a 30% off. If it's not working at all, it's a 50% off. Also, that menacing Molly, that store display that was completely broken and did nothing anymore, that she got thrown away because no one would buy it that way. But like something with like a damaged box is only like a 10%. Something, the last store display is a 20 something percent, I think. So let's just say if a mouth stops working on an animatronic, or a part of a movement, that's a 30% off. But if it's completely non-functional, it's 50% off.